Want to congratulate everybody that supported myself, Cardone Capital. Cardone Equity Fund 5 is completely filled. In fact, we oversubscribed. It's a $50 million fund. Ryan Secco is with me right now. I know you guys follow Ryan on the social. In under about 9 months, we raised over $50 million. We're actually calling people this morning and saying, hey, you got in too late. So some of you have asked me, I've been in LA for the last, I don't know, couple days, and then 2 weeks ago I was here for a bit for some business. People have asked me in this city particularly, hey, why are you going to the trouble? Damon John asked me the other day, why are you letting the little guy in this fund? I said, Damon, the disparity in wealth in this country is so tremendous, it cannot be resolved with handouts. It can only be resolved by equaling up the opportunities. So, look, you can't pay people the same wages. It's not going to happen ever in this country. You can't give them the same benefits because they're just not doing the same things. But what you could do is you could give people in this country the same opportunity, vehicles to invest in. And the wealthy, for years, I allowed my wealthy friends and family to invest alongside with me because I knew, hey, they know the risk, they know what they're doing, they understand cash flow, they understand the tax advantages, they understand there's a long-term investment. Real estate's a long-term investment that requires patience, and that there will be appreciation over long periods of time. Mm-hmm. And I had everybody telling me, oh, you can't let the little guy in. And I said to myself, how many times I heard, oh, you can't let the little guy in. I got cousins, nephews, nieces. My mother, okay, the way we originally created our funds for accredited investors, my mother would not have been able to invest with me. So this has been nagging on me for years. This is a massive, massive accomplishment of mine because when we created Cardone Equity Fund 5, $50 million for non-accredited. People can invest $5,000 at a time. I was told by lawyers, right, Ryan?
Yep.
Lawyers, accountants, lawyers again, that even the people that were advising us when we registered with the SEC, look, leave the non-accredited alone. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, I'm going to do it.
Which was sad too, because even for me as an airline pilot before working with you, I couldn't invest.
He wasn't qualified. Yeah. He was in the top 10% of earners in the country.
I made 125 to 150. And I still didn't meet the requirements.
Yeah, and so we started looking into this. I said, this is so sad, man. Like, this is why there's disparity in this country, because people don't have the same vehicles to invest in. The wealthy are getting wealthier because they invest in asset classes and opportunities that you and I, the little guy never gets access to. So, you know, it's the people with billions of dollars. I'm not talking about rich people. I'm talking about the people with billions of dollars sitting with Goldman Sachs and Blackstone to get opportunities to the deals, to the kinds of deals that we're allowing people to invest in. So I want to thank all of you that invested with me at Cardone Equity Fund 5, and also obviously I still really greatly appreciate our accredited investors investing with us. We have purchased $473 million worth of real estate using my money, and then created a fund for the little guy. By the way, I grew up a little guy, still consider myself in many ways a little guy. And Ryan's a little guy, okay? He's a little smaller than me because he doesn't work out enough. So, but dude, there's so many people out there earning 80 grand a year, 100 grand a year, $40,000 a year. I was just doing a workshop in Anaheim a couple days ago. Third of the room was making $40,000, $50,000 a year. How can you make investments if the investment game shuts you off, even if you have a little extra money? Okay, so again, thank you so much for all of you that supported me and had the confidence. We oversubscribed. This actually might go into the World Book of Guinness. $50 million, what's called a Reg A Plus non-accredited fund, Cardone Equity Fund 5, is completely filled and oversubscribed. If you're interested in doing this and you weren't able to take advantage of the last one, or maybe you did take advantage of the last one, go to CardoneCapital.com and register and get your money in. We're trying to create another fund right now. Your money sits in a bank account just like it does right now, so it's not at risk. And then I'll go out, put together another portfolio of properties, buy it with my money. Once it's stabilized, I'll offer it to you. It'll be first come, first serve. We expect the next one will fill up faster just because of our success with this one, particularly if we get that that Guinness. And look, even if you don't want to invest with me, go to CardoneCapital.com. Look at the properties that I'm buying. Look at how I'm buying them. Look at the debt I'm putting on them. Look at the rent. Look at the location. You'll learn exactly, if you want to do it on your own, you'll learn exactly what you could be doing. Could maybe steal some of my moves, my strategies, and so you can get started investing. Bottom line is, folks, get started. You cannot get rich. You cannot create wealth. You cannot create financial freedom by merely working. It is impossible. Work alone will not create financial freedom, because at some point you will not be able to work anymore. See, the crazy thing about this $50+ million raise, people are like, that have been crowdfunding for years, are calling me saying, how did you do this? How did you raise this much money? Number one, just like me walking in the street right here, number one, I'm crazy, okay? Number two, most importantly, look behind me. What I'm explaining to people is simple. It's real estate. It's real, okay? It's real. Like that guy walking out of that building right there, it's real. The name on the building is real. There's a tenant in there. There's a lease in place. It's real. Ryan, follow me. Ryan being in the car right there, it's real. I'm not trying to explain some startup that has no chance of making money for 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 years. Keep in mind, Amazon spent 24 years without a profit. I'm buying real estate deals that have positive cash flow from day one. Like, you guys can't come into the deal until I do. You understand? So you can't buy the property until, let's say that was an apartment building right there and I bought it. I wouldn't let you in. I don't let the investor in until the property is cash flow positive. I bought it with my money, put debt on it under my name, not your name. It's an easy story to sell. Really, it's not even a sell, it's a tell. You know, I'm not trying to sell you a pen. I'm like, hey, here's a pen. It does more than write. It produces cash flow, not just ink. The problem with the pen is you got to use it. Maybe I don't need a pen, or maybe I lose a pen. With these kind of investments, we're buying property. I'm in LA today, so I wouldn't buy any of this stuff, because really the owner, the landlord, the owner, the investor, doesn't own the real estate in California. The government does. They control how much you can raise the rents now, when you can get somebody out, if you can evict someone. If you can't get the tenant out, you don't own the property. I mean, it looks like you own it, but you don't. So, see, it's real. See, and that's why Cardone Capital is going to change the game for so many accredited and non-accredited investors. Find a piece of real estate. Not many people can do this. Find a piece of real estate. If you guys want to crowdfund, buy it with your money, get the debt on it with your credit, manage it with your team, and then announce. That's why so many people are having trouble raising money online, because you didn't buy it. You didn't put your debt on it. You didn't put your money in it. You didn't manage it. Okay, you can't run it. Get it? Hey, good luck investing however you do it. Get your money working. You got to get money to work as hard as you do. If your money does not work for you, whatever leftover money you have, if it doesn't work for you, you're going to spend your whole life simply working for money. Keep it simple. Invest in cash flow. Buy properties that cash flow from day one. Stay in states and cities and counties where the government protects you, where they're friendly to the landlord, not just to the tenant. I don't mean be unfair to the tenant. And allow your friends and family to invest with you. If it's a good deal, make sure your friends and family. The only way we're going to change the disparity, the financial disparity in this country, is make sure that everyday people like you and I can invest in real assets. Not speculate, but invest in real assets that provide cash flow, appreciation, and tax write-offs. God bless, be great.